Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Andrew with Redwood Reptiles, and this is my first YouTube video, so thank you guys very much for checking it out. Just want to take this opportunity to introduce myself and to let you guys know where I'm at in the hobby, where I want to go with it, and ultimately where I want to go with the channel. Quick backstory on myself. I decided I want to start breeding snakes about 8-9 months ago. Had a couple snakes at the time, and I did what a lot of new breeders do. I think I made several big mistakes. First one, I didn't do nearly enough research. I did, whether it was on genetics, husbandry equipment, I just did not educate myself. And to compound it, I started just buying up as many snakes as possible. I had that mindset where the more snakes I have, the more babies I'll make and the more successful I'll be. Well, it didn't take long for me to realize that those weren't necessarily true. The amount of time that it was going to take for me to raise these animals up, to feed them, for the bedding, all the money that it was going to take for that. In the end, I was ultimately probably going to lose money and spent a lot more time doing so. So I started to learn more about the genetics and the husbandry and the equipment and everything that goes into breeding snakes. And I started to realize that recessives were really the way to go if I was going to produce what I wanted to see and things that I couldn't afford at the time. It was at this point that I realized that quality comes into play with a lot of these genes. So, and price usually dictates the quality. So building the collection that I wanted was a bit tricky and challenging with the budget that I had. But after spending countless hours on Morph Market and YouTube, Instagram, and trying to focus on my breeding plans, I was able to purchase enough animals to build what, in my opinion, is a respectable collection. Super insignificant and small by some standards, but if you would have asked me 8 months ago if I would have had 60 plus snakes, at this time, I would have told you were crazy, because to me, 40 snakes was a massive collection at the time. So at this point I had the racks and I was starting to build up a decent collection. I knew the next step was to engage more on social media. And I was using Instagram and YouTube pretty much exclusively to learn as much as I could about the hobby. And I definitely saw the value in YouTube as well. However, I've never put YouTube content out there. Talking to myself, in front of a camera is a little bit awkward. But I still saw the value in it, and mostly because the more you engage, I'm learning in this community, the more you're gonna learn. And YouTube's an amazing way to do that. So that's what I'm doing here. I made the jump and just decided to do it. So in the process, I've learned a ton in 8-9 months. I've invested a lot of time, not only in the animals, but in learning as well. I've been fortunate enough to get a very experienced mentor who's saved me a ton of time and a ton of headache. So I definitely recommend trying to do that if possible. This hobby is something, like I said before, is something I really enjoy. I love coming in this room. I look forward to it every day, and I love the community. It's full of so many positive, encouraging people that are quick to help. And I don't see a lot of egos out there. Run into a couple here and there, but shake those off. The majority of the community is super helpful. And yeah, I hope to be able to pass on whatever I learn along the way, whether it's through my own mistakes or through what people teach me, and just share my journey, the good, the bad, everything in between. I hope to be as open and honest as possible with you guys, and just engage with everybody out there. If you guys have any questions or anything, please, comment, let me know, DM me. I'm on Instagram at Redwood Reptiles, obviously here. So yeah, not much to say. It's my first video. Just wanted to introduce myself, but if you're still here, I greatly appreciate you, taking the time to see what I have to say. If you liked what I had to say, please hit the like button. If you're interested in what I have to say going forward, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Please follow me on Instagram, Redwood Reptiles. And yeah, questions, comments, please put them down below. And until next time, take care.